Hector Hernandez on the guitar, ladies and gentlemen. It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, and I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the commish. Coming to you live, as always, from right here inside Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Now, to find that, you need to go down the street. Talk to Joe on the corner. You know Joe. He's always got something in his pocket for you. You just never know what it may be. Give him $1. He'll point you in the right direction. It's down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. 2 more doors down. Take a right down that deep, dark alley. It gets dark down there because it's the type of place they don't put public utilities. They don't give a shit if it's lit, but keep walking anyway. It's way down there, all the way down at the end of that deep, dark alley where the weak, the meek, even the rodents don't go. In a little place we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, Raider Nation Invasion Wednesday, where I just come in here without a script. We take your questions. We get into the Elite 8 of the GOAT bracket. We just got basically fly completely without a net tonight. It's nice to come in. Glenn, what's up? Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. T-Courts, Lines, Jukebox, all of you. Every single one of you. Leslie, all of you, thank you for joining us, as always, on a Raider Nation Invasion Wednesday. And we have Angria Trask joining us again.
Hi. Sorry, I was ghosting for a minute.
It's quite all right. As we're down to the Elite 8 now. the final 8 in our GOAT bracket. This is going to be interesting.
I'm scared.
So in the north, so we have 2 left in all of our regions. In the north, we have G.O.A.T, who is our 1 seed, facing off against the 7 seed, the judge, Lester Hayes. In the west, we have also the 1 seed, another 1 seed, Howie Long, facing off against the 2 seed, Tim Brown. Easy, Glenn. Easy, Glenn.
Thanks.
Glenn's got 3 accounts. You never know what direction he's going to be coming from, so you got to watch out.
All right, I won't be accepting any new friend requests for this next few days.
Now in the east, we've also got another 1 seed, the Snake, Kenny Stabler, facing off against the 2 seed, Jim Plunkett. Oh, man,
It's going to be a rough day. It's going to be a rough day.
That's a rough one there. In the south, we have the 4 seed, Cliff Branch, facing off against the 2 seed, Fred Biletnikoff. So the 1 seed did not, that's the only bracket, the 1 seed did not make it through. And our biggest upset to get through into the Elite 8 was Lester Hayes, the 7 seed. So just to kind of have the parameters. The rest were all 1s and 2s. Except for the South. The South was a bit of a mix-up as you have the 4 seed and the 2 seed. So
You know them Southerners are always off anyway, so.
yeah, that's true. I'm just I'm a transplant Southerner. I've been here for 10 years now, so I figure
I think that counts, doesn't it?
Something had to worn off on me by now. Because there are some backwoods hillbilly fools around here. Ain't no doubt about that.
I think that Bob thinks that you are totally fixing this right now. Come on.
How am I fixing it? How is that even possible, Bob?
I don't know. Oh, my brother's here. Hi, Tyler.
I have no idea. I'm not fixing it. You guys are the ones voting. We're just tallying them up as best as our capabilities.
All we do is count. That's it. Make an argument, count.
Just count. Now, this one, so don't throw your votes up. We're Elite 8, so let's set out the rules for the voting here. Don't throw your votes up in the comments. Throw your arguments up in the comments because we want to see your arguments as well. But don't throw your actual vote up in the comment until we call for it. And then we'll start counting. Because we want to make sure it's on the up and up. We don't want Bob thinking we fixed anything. The fix is
Lines is still pissed about Ray Guy, by the way, in case you didn't see that.
Lines is upset about a lot of things.
You'll be all right, Lines.
He'll get over it. All right, so here we go. In the north, the number 1 seed, G.O.A.T. Our lowest seed that made it through into the Elite 8, the judge Lester Hayes, the 7th seed. You pick a side, and I will take the other.
I'll take G.O.A.T. How about that?
All right. Go ahead.
Can I just recycle all the arguments that we've had up till now? Because really,
absolutely.
Still
if
works.
they've heard it before, too bad.
Best center the Raiders ever had. Excuse me. To date, he is the only one with a number that's been retired by the complete league. I don't know how much that has to do with G.O.A.T, but they don't use 0-0 anymore. Just saying. If you want to use an argument.
It's true. It's a fair argument.
Yeah.
He's the only Raider
Why not?
Retired.
Yeah. Probably the best center we've ever had. I don't think I should say probably. He's the best center we ever had. He was too small to be a center, but he still stepped up and played every single game. Even when he didn't have knee cartilage left, he was on the field 100% of the time. And, excuse me, the man spent his entire career with the Raiders. Can't beat that. If we're going for Mr. Raider, that's what you ask for.
It's true, but 2-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro 1980, 5-team second team All-Pro, NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1980, NFL 1980s All-Decade Team. The judge, Lester Hayes, stick him from head to toe, grass all stuck to him. The man just looked like a Raider.
He looked like he was homeless, is what he looked like. Lester Hayes was a weird-looking dude.
In the 70s was kind of a Raider thing.
That was pretty, yeah, that was a Raider thing to do.
Like they were homeless.
He was drafted just because he looked like a Raider. Yeah.
So, we were the downtrodden.
If we're going through accomplishments, let me read some of this for Mr. Otto. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. He was 2-time first team All-Pro. He was second team All-Pro. He was an AFL champion in '67. 9-time AFL All-Star, which is 9 out of 10 seasons that league existed. Can't beat that. 10-time first team All AFL team, and he's on the AFL All-Time team. He's also in the Hall of Fame. There's no wrong answer, but
no,
those are my arguments.
But there has to be an answer.
There has to be an answer. This guy was 6'2", 250 pounds. That's not
39 career interceptions.
That's not an NFL center unless you work your ass off. That's barely an NFL running back these days. Seriously.
It's a hard argument. I mean, either one.
Is.
So we'll start
Mr.
after
Hayes.
Lines and his crazy. We'll start after Wade. Wade. Jim Otto, Lester Hayes. Raider Nation, you make the call. Who do you want? Who moves on to the Final Four of the GOAT tournament? Jim Otto, Lester Hayes.
We got 1, 2.
All right. Damn you, Hot Neil.
3. Got 1 for Lester. 3 for Otto. 4 for Otto. 5 for Otto.
2 for Lester.
2 for Lester. 3.
5, 6.
Another one for Otto.
Judge.
Another one for Lester. We got the molester on there. That's 5.
Uh-oh.
2 more for Mr. Otto. I hope you're keeping count because I'm just reading them off.
I am. I'm throwing tallies up. It's somewhat accurate.
Jason Dean, you
JD,
can't vote
twice. You cheater.
We caught you. Nice try, though. Excuse me.
I caught you. He says he's stuffing the ballot box.
Yeah, if you want to look who's putting the fix in, Bob, it might be
Bob's
JD.
over here like Otto.
Otto. Yeah. That's twice now. He's still mad about Ted Hendricks. It's okay.
Yeah, he is. Bob won't get over it.
All right.
He wants him as an honorable mention. I think we're going to... Oh, man.
Oh, wait. We got a couple more.
He's giving it a fair run, but Jim Otto's pulling away.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Johnny.
Just not by a ton. Lester Hayes, he made it a battle, man, to get into the Final Four.
Made a late push there, yeah.
It's just not going to happen. The North belongs to 00. Jim Otto moves into our Final Four. He was the 1 seed in the bracket, and he moves on.
For a reason.
And I kind of agree with Wade, probably as he should.
Yeah.
But I think it was nice to see Lester up there as the guy who made it as the lowest seed that made it through to the Elite Eight. So,
yep.
So I don't know what that means, but who knows? It's a completely
There's
worthless
your
statistic.
honorable mention. It's a useless statistic, yeah.
It's your completely worthless statistic, but
Mm.
for the night, there you go. All right. See, I'm going to use that. All of you
What,
take note, because you know I like to pull out some crazy-ass trivia to give something away, like when Steve Juice was born and, like, obscure shit that most people wouldn't know. So, who was the lowest seed to make it into the Elite Eight of the GOAT bracket? Well, you might want to make note of that. That might be a trivia question later.
Okay, I'm going to have to be reminded of that eventually.
Useless knowledge is the best knowledge.
It is. There's games based on it. Most games are based on it.
Knowledge. If it wasn't for this show, I don't know what I would do with half of it.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah, I'm a pop culture nut. I know all kinds of shit about shit that... What am I going to do with that? I'm good at Trivial Pursuit. I'm
good at that, and I do pretty good on Jeopardy, so...
I suck at Jeopardy.
Who watches Jeopardy anymore?
I'm terrible at Jeopardy. I can't form my answer in the form of a question. That's just stupid.
Well, that's not terrible at Jeopardy. That's just poor planning.
Yeah, maybe. I failed English. What am I going to do? All right.
Yeah. Seem to be doing all right.
The West. I'm taking Tim Brown. Elite Eight. I'm taking Timmy.
And you think Timmy's gonna? Who's that second one? Remind me. Howie Long. What do I gotta say? I think I got the easy one on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's this is a toughie here.
It's a rough one. Yeah, it's hard to vote against either one of these, but I mean, oops. Where's Howie?
This is a painful argument right here, because these are like two of my all-time favorites by far.
It's got to be Howie. Well, Howie's like, well, as you can see, he's one of the jerseys that I have. I have 2 retired man jerseys and 2 current man jerseys, and Howie's one of them. He was wasn't my first jersey. Mac was my first jersey, actually, since I became an adult. I had one, but it was really tiny. So,
gotcha.
All right, how many stats do you want to go through? Do you want to run through accolades, or what do you want to do?
Jesus, this is gonna take a minute.
All right, how about this? Howie never went to the Bucks.
Ooh, that's cold. That's just like coming out. Let's just stab me right in the heart, right out of the
coming out swinging. Right, hey, we're Pirates.
Forget the argument. I'm just gonna impale you.
No holds barred. Come on, man.
Man, coming out with the haymaker. That's a rough one.
I know. I'm sorry.
I can't even argue that one. That's
the low budget Pirates way. That's right. What I call him.
That was savage.
Yeah, you got the Randy. Oh.
He was. How can the greatest Raider have wore a fake Raider uniform, even for a year? It almost should be an automatic disqualification.
Should be. But we can't because it's Tim Brown.
It's Tim Brown, but
Tim Brown.
Howie Long never wore anything but silver and black, ever.
That's right.
Howie has a ring.
People are still afraid of Howie. I think that's why Terry Bradshaw sits so far away from him on the Fox desk. He's afraid of getting tackled. He should be. Terry Bradshaw deserves to be sacked a couple thousand times.
Is it possible for the greatest Raider of all time to not have been a Raider his entire career, or at least not finished a Raider? I can see now they didn't have the choice to start a Raider and they became a Raider.
Right.
Finished a Raider. That I give that different than you left and went somewhere else. So can we really name a greatest Raider of all time in our tournament by a guy who didn't finish his career as a Raider? That's a good question right there.
That was a good question.
I almost say no. I almost say this disqualifies Tim Brown at this juncture of the tournament. That it's a huge, gigantic red check mark against him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's got to be Howie Long.
It's got to be Howie.
I mean, Tim. Come on. I love Tim Brown. He's my favorite damn player. But he was a
We're talking about the
buck.
greatest Raider of all time. This is the
greatest
discussion
Raider of
we
all
have all the
time.
time. You tell me all the
Who
time.
left?
Yeah. Yes, JD,
There
indeed.
wouldn't be a
Terry
tournament if I
Bradshaw.
started doing that. Correct. But when we're at this juncture and you are trying to decide if they're going into the Final Four, now the criteria, you gotta look a little tighter. Because, like she said, what are we gonna do? Go to the stats? Jesus Christ, we'll be here all night. I mean, come on. 9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro, NFL receptions co-leader, NFL 90s All-Decade Team, freaking Heisman Trophy. I mean, Jesus Christ. He has everything but a Super Bowl ring.
Everything but a Super Bowl ring.
How he has all that and the Super Bowl ring. Yes. So.
Word. Bye, Tim. Deuces. Sorry.
Sorry, Timmy.
So sorry, Timmy.
It's unfortunate. You should have thought about it. That's what you get for becoming.
He should have thought about that. That's right. In 20 years or 15 years, there's going to be this internet show on something called Facebook we've never heard of yet.
Yes.
That is going to roast me because I didn't end my career in silver and black. He should have known better.
Gave 2 shits, what I think. I guarantee you. But all right.
It's worth a shot.
It was the most upset I personally had ever been. Besides the Marcus Allen thing, because Marcus Allen was like my childhood hero, him and Jim Plunkett. And when Marcus became a Chief, that just,
it was like a punch in the nuts and a slap in the face all at once.
Oh, man, that was painful. That was painful. And then to watch him, I mean, at least when Tim went to the Bucks, he sucked. You know, Marcus went to the Chiefs and kicked ass.
And he still walked all over us, yeah. Wasn't funny. I am not amused.
Yeah, that was a much worse situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Leslie can't hear us
now. We're going to the East.
All right, where's the East? Who are we at? What do we got?
We
Stabler.
got number 1 against number 2. The Snake against Plunkett.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who are you taking? You pick this time.
I'll take either one. Doesn't matter.
Man.
No. You didn't get to vote, Lines, because we disqualified him for being a fake-ass pirate at this point.
He got disqualified.
I mean, not really disqualified, but it was just a huge voting factor, and we decided Howie. And
most of you guys were throwing up Howie's name anyways, so.
Yeah. So Tim wasn't going to win over Howie, and he shouldn't. And in his career as a Buck, was just swayed it. So you've got this moving on, Lines. Quit dwelling in the past. Move on.
The past is over. Moving on.
It's fine. You know,
so
Ray Guy beat Steve Wisniewski, and you haven't been able to get over it since. And
that's the best. Oh, awesome.
We're still working through this. We'll get there. We'll get to the other side.
Okay, wait a minute, Glenn. Who's the career starter and who's the lucky backup?
Ooh.
True. Kenny Stabler was a backup until one pretty infamous game called the Immaculate Reception. That's when he stepped in. But he didn't start.
Didn't end a Raider. Didn't start a Raider. Didn't end a Raider. Does that matter?
Who, Plunkett?
No.
Stabler. Oh.
Plunkett ended a Raider.
Lines went back and counted the votes. We need to get you a hobby, Lines.
Lines is the official Raider reaction tallier.
Well, then how about this? We can call Lines. Which one do you think? Should we disqualify Tim Brown for being a low-budget pirate?
Yes. Well, to me that was just swaying vote. I mean, I wouldn't call it necessarily disqualifying. We wouldn't disqualify anybody, but it was the
it's the kicker. It's the one that
swayed it. It was the last thing that tipped the scale.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I call those guys about even as far as I'm concerned. Other than that. So
I think there's a difference here, Glenn, between lucky and opportunity, because he got the opportunity with the right
Yeah.
coach and he got on the field and he kicked ass.
I wouldn't call it lucky. The guy was ice freaking cold when he got in there. I mean, he was dicing people up. So
Look at what happened to with Rich Gannon. He was a journeyman quarterback throughout the entire league, and then he gets over to the Raiders, and this is like the ultimate stop for the last chance, no hope guys, right? And they come in here and they kick ass. So Jim Plunkett did.
He's the poster boy for the reclamation project of the Raiders. You know, and he did it twice.
Yeah, but Glenn, Snake might have won it first, but Jim Plunkett won it twice.
And he won it last.
And he won it last.
He was our last. The last two. So
yep.
That means something. I mean, to me, because I always hear, oh, Jim Plunkett's not in the Hall of Fame because of stats. You know what?
No, it's not.
The only stat that matters to me when you're the freaking quarterback, the CEO of the team, basically, on the field, the only stat that matters is how you got it done when it mattered. And when it mattered, Jim Plunkett got it done. And he has 2 rings. There are other guys in the Hall of Fame that only have 1. And to me, that's a gigantic stat. 2 rings as a quarterback, starting quarterback in the NFL, is gigantic. The fact you can go like that and you got 2, that's huge to me. But it's Kenny Stabler was our first great quarterback. I mean, Darryl Lamonica was our first great quarterback, but he was our first Super Bowl champion quarterback.
I don't think we took a position here, Commissioner. I think you got to pick one.
I don't know. I don't think it matters, Angria, because I've been watching the comments and the snake is destroying it.
It's all
anyway.
Snake. Yep.
It's all the snake.
Rattlers in there.
So I don't think it matters because I see.
Is anybody voting for Plunkett? I saw one.
For Vanley, what's up? All of you guys watching on our YouTube.
Glenn said Snake or I'm boycotting. All right, we got 1 vote for Plunkett.
Yeah, it was a snake runaway in the comments. So,
yeah.
I don't even think it's gonna be close.
Does not
I don't
look
even
like
think
it.
that was gonna be close. It was. I mean,
yeah.
Jim Plunkett. It was him and Marcus Allen. They were my favorite when I was growing up by far. I mean, Plunkett was, he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It was, he was it. But I don't know. It's.
A lot of people are better than Eli.
I would vote Snake. I would vote the Snake as well.
I gotta vote for this. I can't. Yeah, I can't argue against it. And he was so Raider. How much more Raider do you get?
I mean,
he took hookers on the field. Well, not hookers, but he dressed up the cheerleaders like they were hookers and took them on the field. Drinking on the sidelines.
Yes. It's the Snake. Yep. He's moving on into our Final Four.
Yep.
Now,
it's going to be ugly next week.
Bracket is an interesting bracket. Because the number 1 seed, Willie Brown, did not make it through. He got bumped. We got the 4 seed from that side of the bracket made it through, Cliff Branch. And Fred Biletnikoff, the 2 seed, made it through on the other side of the bracket. So 2 wide receivers, 2 overlapping era wide receivers. So this is an interesting one. Very interesting one. Is you got Fred Biletnikoff against Cliff Branch. What do you think, Angria?
All right, who do you want?
Thoughts on this one?
I am, let's see. All right, let's do some accolades first. Who are you taking?
I'll take whoever. Do you want Fred? Okay. I'll take Cliff.
I'll take Cliff.
All right. I'll take Cliff. All right, I'll take Fred.
You sounded like you were upset about that decision there, Commission.
Do
you want to switch? We can switch.
All of these are like, I don't know. which side of the head do I want to get shot in? It's a tough,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hell, how do you pick? They're all. Yeah, I will take
Cliff
Fred
Branch.
Biletnikoff.
Cliff
would you like
Branch
to start, or do you want me to start?
I'm going to start. Cliff Branch was the only member of all 3 Super Bowl winning teams of those 2.
Yeah,
There's one.
That's pretty big. It's a pretty big point. That's a huge point.
Pretty big deal. 4-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first team All-Pro. He was the receiving yards leader in '74. And he was twice the receiving touchdowns leader, 74 and 76. Also, I'm just reading off stats at this point, because how else do you do this? I mean, some of these are great.
It's a fair comparison.
It's so hard.
Now, he's got 3 rings. Biletnikoff only has 1.
Mm-hmm.
However, Fred Biletnikoff was the MVP of our first Super Bowl victory. So you got that's a ring with a little extra cherry on top. So you got that for Fred. He's also a 4-time Pro Bowler. First team All-Pro in '72. NFL also led the league in receptions in one season in 1971. He was an AFL champion in 1967. 2-time AFL All-Star. First team All-AFL. And a consensus All-American in 1964. Which means absolutely nothing as a Raider. But, whatever.
Does that count? I was going to say, you can't. Nah, that one doesn't work.
Almost 9,000 receiving yards. 76 touchdowns.
Okay. 501 receptions with almost 9,000 receiving yards. He got it done in bigger chunks.
True. He was a speedster.
That's my Cliff Branchman. Yes. High Neil Bo did not get recognized.
This one's going to have to get left to you, Raider Nation.
Yeah, this one's going to be too tough.
This one's going to have to get left to you. Right after Hot Neil's comment where he's pissed off about Bo Jackson, we will start the voting.
All right. Wait, is that a vote for Cliffy?
Is that a vote for Cliff Branch or just a positive comment?
Branch, I think we got 2 for Cliffy. 1 for Freddie.
For Cliff.
2 for Freddie. All right. It's going to be fun.
We got a tie. 2-2. T-Court.
25 and number...
Vote. Fred Biletnikoff or Cliff Branch?
Another one for Branch. Jason doesn't want to vote. Another one for Freddie. Well, AJ said Cliff Branch hands down, so I think that ends it, right? That's it? We're done?
Hold on. 5, Fred. Man, this is fairly close.
Going to be a tough one.
This is fairly close. What's that?
I think we're stuck. 25.
Oh, Bo Jackson's the man, Hot Neil. Shit, there's no doubt about that. It's just
nobody's mad about Bo Jackson.
So that's the only reason he didn't make it. He made it past the first round, but
I was glad about that
because of his longevity. Fred's pulling away here at the end.
Yeah, I see that.
It was very close.
You can't vote twice, Jason Dean. Don't make me come over there.
Jason's stuffing the ballot box like crazy. JB,
yeah.
He's like, shit.
No kidding.
Oh, man.
You need to talk to Bob about that. That's your fault.
I don't think Cliff's going to be able to hold up.
I think Freddie B ran away with this one. Yeah. Any more votes?
Squeaking it out
Anyone? Anyone?
Throw them up there if you've got any more last-second votes. You all voted
Peace out.
twice. I was watching you cheaters. You can't get nothing by me, Lions. Come on. All right. So here's your final four,
Think that's
Raider
it.
Nation. Here's your final
It's
four.
fine.
In the North, the number 1 seed made it all the way through is G.O.A.T. Makes it into the final four of the Raider Reaction GOAT bracket. In the West, also the 1 seed makes it all the way through. Number 75, Howie Long. In the East,
It's
another
going to be
1
a
seed,
tough battle.
the Snake, Kenny Stabler. And in the South, the 2 seed, the only guy that made it through that wasn't a 1 seed in their bracket, number 25, Fred Militnikoff. G.O.A.T. facing off against Howie Long, and Kenny Stabler facing off against Fred Militnikoff.
Are we taking votes that it's going to be Howie versus Kenny? Anyone?
You think?
I think.
I'm going
I
to put
think.
this one up because now that we're down to the final four, I'm going to make a poll and I will put it up on. I'm going to put it up on the page. I'll pin it to the top. I'll get it made tomorrow, and I want to see. We'll see by next week when right before we'll close it and see who you guys think is going to win. Now that it's down to 4, we'll see who the masses think, and then we'll play it through and see how it shakes out. But those Otto and Long, Snake and Militnikoff. That's your final 4 matchups. This will be interesting. So we have about 20 minutes
I'm
left.
going to kick
Angria.
Jason
I thought
Dean out
we would
because he
take
voted for Bobby
any
Boucher.
questions. Well, Bobby Boucher should get honorable mention because he is an animal.
He did provide some high quality H2O.
He did provide high quality H2O without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, any questions, any topics you would like us to field from Raider Nation? Please throw them up in the comment box. I guess let's start just for something for conversation. Angria, what do you think about the Max situation, contract situation currently? Any concern thus far?
Nope, not at all. I'm not concerned about Mac. If they weren't ready to start working on a contract last year when they picked up his 5th-year option, there's no way that they're going to let him go. I mean, they've probably been working on this contract and trying to massage numbers for an entire year. Think about what happened with Derek Carr last year. He showed up to everything, but they waited to give him his contract until what, June?
Yeah. It was June. I want to say it was the 20th or 22nd. I don't know why I got that. I swear it was the 22nd. I got that burnt in my brain.
That sounds right to me.
I still say I've got June 15th pegged as like when we really start to hear, you start to really hear solid news that it's about to happen. I still say it's a couple weeks out. There's other guys, big names that still need signed out there, and I'm telling you, their goal is to make Khalil Mack the highest paid defensive player in the league. That is absolutely his agent's goal, and Khalil Mack is sitting back and letting it happen, letting his man do his job for him,
Absolutely.
And he's about to get freaking fat paid.
The problem is Aaron Donald has some amazing staying power. That dude can hold out until the first day of the game. We don't want to do anything like that. We don't want to not have Khalil Mack show up. He needs to be at practice, but hopefully they'll do something about it.
There's too many new faces. There's the coaching staff's all new. There's a lot that needs to gel with this team yet. So yeah, he needs to be there. I don't want to see him not there through the process. I want to see him there too, but it's just down to money right now. There's no concern that he's not going to be on the team or with the team. He's going to 100% be there. It's just a matter of when right now.
I think Derek Carr loves him
But
so
that's
much,
about
he'd
it.
probably take some money out of his own contract to make that happen because he doesn't want him to go either.
Yeah.
Those two have been
Oh
together since
yeah,
day one.
yeah. There's no way he's not leaving. He's not leaving house. No way, no way. I see Kendricks is thrown up there as a hot
Mm-mm.
topic as he's coming to visit the Raiders. He wasn't signed at his last stop. He's a linebacker, so anytime there's a linebacker sniffing anywhere around the Raider organization, Raider Nation's on freaking high alert.
Money!
Oh shit, linebacker! Somebody say linebacker.
Spending
Oh.
money!
Yeah,
He's an
everybody
inside
gets all
linebacker.
excited. The dude had
There's a
one
couple of
good
things, a
year.
couple of questions I have
Don't get
about
excited.
Kendricks. He had one good year. The rest of his numbers are pedestrian though. It looks like he didn't even show up to work half the time. So it was I'm not impressed by him. I like to hear Whitehead better, and he plays a really serviceable middle linebacker, so I'm
Yeah.
not worried about that. But the question I have about Kendricks
No.
is, did he have a tough time last year because of the talent that was around him? Because they had a massive, massive pass rush. And they had a really good run defense
True.
too. So
True. And the things I don't see where he's any better than hell. I would say 4 linebackers we have on the roster right now. I think
yeah, I'm not
he's
concerned.
above average at best. I don't think I don't think he does anything with the laundry list of linebackers we have right now. I think fine. We've got the guys that are going to come in, try out for the position. We're
I
going to
don't,
pick the best of what's there. I mean, I guess if you
yeah,
want to just bring him in, you can get him on the cheap, but there's a reason he's not signed yet. It's awful late in the
hmm
game here.
and it was going to be happening.
I mean,
So there's a reason they brought in
why is it
all of this
May
competition
30th?
because what?
Why is it May 30th and this guy still doesn't have a job?
Yeah, exactly. Because he wants too much money.
There's a reason for that. Yeah, there's a reason for that. So I don't think we get him. I don't think we can get him on the cheap. So I don't think we get him. I think we would take
I
him if
don't
we
either.
could
I
get him
think
on
he'll
the
want
cheap.
money.
Yeah, he's gonna want too much money.
Well, that
We'll bring him
was
in on the exactly. My point, James. Exactly. He was released. So if he's so special, why is it May 30th and he doesn't have a job?
well, I think James's point is it was like 2 days ago that he was released. So, but
Yeah, I
still,
know.
he was
It's
getting
not like he
released.
didn't
Jordy
have a job.
Nelson
I
had a job
understand.
8 hours later. Jordy Nelson walked in the building with it. I mean, he didn't even sleep.
Yeah.
He went to Raider Nation, didn't even leave. That's it. That's what
Yeah.
we can take a look
I mean,
at and see
I wouldn't
if
be.
Gruden can like look at him and trance him with his eyes. I don't know.
I
Gruden
know
has
what
some
you
sort of
mean, James.
hypnotic
Jeez.
power.
Don't get so sensitive. We're just talking here. Now, yeah.
James is actually one of my
don't
buddies
see.
from another group. He's a smart guy. So
I know.
he's going to play devil's
This
advocate,
is
right,
where
James?
we're just bullshitting. No, it's
I don't think we're going
I
to.
just don't see where he's a big upgrade. I don't see where he's a big upgrade, and I just don't see where he could be a bargain. I can see if we could get him on the cheap and we can bring him in so he can like basically try out with the rest of the guys. But if you can't get him on the cheap,
Yeah.
nah, pass.
You're going to have to make him compete because there's some
Pass.
really, really solid linebacking options we already have. And there's some rookies that are wanting some money too. They want to get hungry and eat some stuff, like running backs.
Yeah. Well, that's what we brought
I don't
in.
think
We brought in Derek Johnson.
I
We
don't think
brought in, we brought in veterans, middle of the road guys. We got rookies. We've got all sprinkling of different array of body types, player types. Now you just see who rises to the top and who works best in the system because they're putting it into a whole new defensive system from what we had last season. So It's a whole new defensive coordinator.
I think that
You got to see who works best and meshes well
the
with
fact
what
that
he
he
does.
left, yeah, and the fact that Kendricks left Minnesota without a deal means he's probably asking for way too much money. Minnesota's like, they got their checkbook open, they're ready to go. Although they did just drop the entire
Yeah,
bomb on Kirk Cousins for some reason.
yeah, maybe.
That's how Reggie
He's
McKenzie writes
maybe
most
he's
of
at
his
the same
contracts,
age as
AJ.
Navarro Bowman. He's at the same age as Navarro Bowman,
Maybe.
and Perry Riley Jr. All three of you are going to be,
I don't even.
you can start your own little linebacker freaking support group. The we want too
Yeah,
too
the
much
fired
damn money
linebackers of
group.
America.
Yeah,
The rent is too damn high.
we priced our asses out of a job group. Way to go, fellas. Is Navarro Bowman's still unsigned? Nobody signed him yet. And I haven't heard any. I'm surprised.
Exactly,
I'm not hearing
He's not gonna-
rumblings in Raider Nation about what's up with Navarro Bowman, because that was like the hot topic for freaking 2 months. Was what's up with Bowman?
Well,
What's
now
up with
there's a new
Bowman?
shiny linebacker out there. I mean, they've got lots and lots of options now. Apparently, Kendricks, that's one.
Yeah, Raider Nation's like
But
like
I
a
think
cat
after-
with one of them red lasers when linebackers around.
Yeah, seriously, chasing flies. I don't think that's any different than any other team. Let me just say that. But my gosh,
Yeah.
I think after
Now, the
Gruden's
most
comments
interesting thing
about
that I've noticed, Angria, out of the OTAs that I've been seeing and all the stories that have been coming out is Doug Martin.
Doug Martin, I told
Doug
you.
Martin was my what the fuck
Didn't I tell
signing.
you?
He's got the biggest damn buzz coming out of freaking camp right now.
Right?
Get it?
He's big. He's taking guys down. He's working. Dude, he's looking like a beast. I told you, Gruden loves him, and there's a reason.
I did say, you never know what a man will do when you've backed him in the corner and you put his career on the line and said, this is your last stop, pal. Because he basically knows this is probably his last stop.
That's right.
So he's backed in the corner, and you never know how a man's going to respond when you're taking everything away from him possibly that he's worked his whole life for. He's playing his ass off. He may win him a damn position on the team if it's looking like it.
I think he's going to be RB2.
But
Yeah. I think he's going to be RB2. I really do.
There's a possibility that they think he could take the number 1 spot from Marshawn, which I think is just absurd. I don't see that happening.
Nah, I think that was drunk people talking.
Yeah, it must have been. Because
Yes,
I don't
Reed,
see
he
that
does look like a fit
in any way,
hamster.
shape, or form.
Yeah,
the muscle hamster.
especially not without
He
at least
hated
a
that
year
nickname,
behind
too.
him. He did. Oh, that's funny.
He hated
Sparks
that nickname.
coming off the
He still hates
hamster
that
wheel.
nickname.
That is a good one, Wayne. Well, then tell him to stop being so short.
Supposedly that was a nickname. Supposedly that was a nickname he got dubbed in college, and he tried everything in his power to snuff it out and not allow it to get to the NFL. And when he came to the NFL, they kind of grabbed a hold of it and started making T-shirts and shit in the area. And yeah, he wasn't happy about it. But I guess at this point you just got to embrace that shit. You're the muscle hamster, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. Love it or leave it. You can't get away from that shit.
Yeah, it's unique.
Michael, that is a really good point. He has never had an O-line like this. The Bucs do not do well in O-lines these days. Not as good as the Raiders, that's for damn sure.
It's true. It's true. No,
I think we could have 2,000
for a while.
1,000-yard running backs. Kamish.
Doug Martin.
You don't think we could do two 1K
I'm
running
shocked
backs?
That there's a big buzz about him, and everybody says he looks
I know.
phenomenal in OTA. So we'll see. We're gonna get a chance. I bet we're gonna see a lot of that guy in first preseason game, hell, he could be the starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in preseason game number 1 at running back. So I got a feeling you're going to see a little bit of him, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it.
You
I
guys
still
heard it here
question it,
first. I said we're going to have
it looks like he's
2,000-yard runners.
two.
There goes Lions just
Write it down.
arguing with me to argue. It's
Write
on
it
tape.
down.
You got this. Don't worry. We can
Angria,
screenshot.
she laid down the proclamation. 2 1,000-yard rushers. That'd be some shit.
My hot takes.
That would be
That would be some shit. And I would love it.
possible.
And I'll laugh and
Stranger
I'll
things have
laugh. Lions is recorded.
Stranger things
I'm
have
on
happened.
video right here. This doesn't go away. I'm showing my age.
It's time-stamped.
Oh, I gotta cut him off real quick.
Oh, damn. Lines.
I was gonna
You're
say
in
something
a-
else.
you're
Oh
in a
yeah,
band.
here's the
Good
reason
Lord.
that I think
Better
that the
watch
guys
it.
are doing better this year. He's gonna get struck down by a bolt of lightning. They have one of the best strength and conditioning coaches in football. These guys are gonna do a lot better this year. That is one of the biggest problems in the NFL. We do not have a clear-cut dedication to strength and conditioning. Coop went in the weight room last year and gained 20 pounds of muscle and did what with it? Hurt himself. That's it.
Yeah.
You can bulk up all you want, but unless you have somebody who can guide you.
Did it?
No.
It didn't help his hands a damn bit. He put on all that bulk and had freaking more drops than he did the year before. So
Had no idea, yeah. So
It didn't
now we
help-
have one of the best
it didn't
strength and
help his
conditioning
craft,
coaches in
which is-
football. It did not. Excited to see what he did a lot with the
So yeah, whatever he
Patriots.
did, you know, and sometimes at these skill positions, these guys don't need to get jacked, you know. Just be lean, fast, and strong. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be jacked to be a wide
Mhm.
receiver. I mean, it's gonna be quick.
No.
Run your routes, catch the
It
damn
was
ball.
weird looking too. I don't know if you remember the pictures, but man, he looked kind of just disproportionate. He looked off. Let's just say that. He looked quite a bit off.
Yeah. It's well, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I look forward to training camp.
Not going to be third string.
Was it yesterday or today? Is what, only 100 days until football?
Mm.
100 days until football.
99 today.
It was just 99 now, right? It was 100
Today is
yesterday.
99. Yep.
So we're under.
Not that I'm counting.
Countdown has begun. Well, Angria, we are at the end of the show.
Are we?
So
That went
round
by
our
like it
Final
was
Four.
nothing.
You're going to join me next week to get into this Final Four on Wednesday again?
Absolutely. I'll bring my Kleenex because it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. It's just going to be a rough one.
It's going to be a sad day.
Unfortunately, I will have to ask
So.
you to disconnect because for some reason the way they've updated, it's stupid. I can't even see the X anymore. It's retarded. Don't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Facebook. Why?
Yeah. But seriously.
But Angry is going to be back with us next week as we get into the Final Four of the GO bracket for our next Raider Nation invasion. So thank you for joining us, Angry, as always.
Thanks for having me. And I'll see you guys on Saturday and then on Sunday for Trask the Captain. Don't forget.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Be on Saturday with Silver Sunshine on our Raiderette show, and then filling in for Ask the Captain on Sunday night. So
Yes,
we
sir.
got you covered pretty much 7 days a week right now with some Raider entertainment. So you'll be seeing Angria more than you'll be seeing me the rest of the week.
Hey, that's weird.
And then, okay, is what it is. You don't see me on Fridays. You just hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just that
So we get to
ominous voice over the game.
watch some Raider football.
But tomorrow night in studio, Captain Jack will be in here with me as we will get into a little Raider Nation Ricochet as we'll bounce through all of the hot topics that are Raider related, current, and what we got in the news. Everything silver and black, as we will touch on all the hot topics, anything that popped up, and all that good stuff. So, make sure you join me tomorrow night for the Raider Nation Ricochet with myself, Captain Jack, in studio. Now, of course, I want to thank you all. As always, I appreciate any second you spend with us. Obviously, it's the second you spend with us, the second you're not spending doing something else. And we greatly, greatly appreciate it. New and old, our band of pirates, thank you, as always, for joining us. Without you, we would not, we'd just be here talking to the wall. That would just be, it'd lock us up.
It's no fun.
That's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
So we need you here. We just be talking to the wall. So, but we are out of here. No WTF
Raider
tonight,
Nation.
Lions. It's only when I'm solo. We had that yesterday. Where were you? Well, we will be back tomorrow, myself and Captain Jack in studio for another fun-filled, insane edition of Raider Reaction. Raider Nation Ricochet, thank you for joining us. As always, we are out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!